3 and now 4 so far, but it makes sense. One of the only few ranged hard breachers in the game. A great example of where you can
deep in the dirt tunnel, kind of baits out Daffodil and deals a little bit of damage. And Fantasy, who found himself
down by Marble, but so far he's a bit more concerned with this middle floor presence. The Cap Cam will strike him down to half health, and Live just stuck in server room with only a Montaigne and Ace.
And now with Raps dead, it's the Monty alone in a 1 versus 5. He picks up 1 kill. Live is now dead. Almost Basetto as well. There's the second, but as he hits the reload, he's spared down. He's the first victim of those Candela flashes. In comes the kill from Fantasy. 2 on the round, and the plant is about to go down. Now being resumed after Cameron picks up the kill onto Ion. Player hopping through Printer, gets constantly feeding the Ace info. All he needs to do is watch one angle and Raps, someone controlling those main stairs, but Cameraman, the first on the attack to fall. Wow. Fantasy will follow. Ion cuts his head right off. Live takes a little bit of damage and is finished. Impossible for the defense, unless the attackers troll like never seen before, but Raps lines them up and knocks them down. 3 versus 3 like this, Black Dragons are now forced to retake, and with Ion dead, their chances just got a little bit worse, and now nearly impossible. Basetto in a 1 versus 3 as Fantasy picks up his third. They know exactly where he's at, and Daffodil dusts him. LFO extends.
Similar attacking strat to what they had last time, but there's going to barge in a minute 30. What is this?
All right, Cameraman with the lead-off kill onto Ion, responded to by Live, but Fantasy rises though. We're in a 3v3, and look at this. No one on LFO has the case, but Fantasy with the long-range wall bang, looking for more. He wants his 3K, but Cameraman comes in. Rifles. He lands a very nice headshot. The Monty drops the shield, but just a distractionary measure, allowing Cameraman as well, but he is in B. He peeks out, deals a lot of damage to Swag, but Basetto gets cut down in the meantime, and now Ion's gone. So many angles. Live, a couple wall bangs headed his way. I love how patient LFO is being. They only have 30 seconds left, but they don't want to get ahead of themselves, and finally they strike. Cameraman and Daffodil top it all off. Enough of an advantage to make all this worth it. In comes Live. He gets the first kill, immediately refragged. Stemp now falls. Swag's on for 2. The C4 perfectly placed to kill Basetto. The info working wonders. And LFO shut.
Black has netted any kind of damage for Black Dragons. They are still just waiting for someone to overextend. Finally, that happens with Swag.
Like a fool. As more Candelas come in, Live makes his way into sight. Daffodil picks up a kill, and so does Cameraman. And just like that, it's equalized. Live and Basetto could be exposed, but it's Raps to take off the head of Live. Basetto the refrag to claim a triple kill, and now Daffodil's alone. Plant just behind the wall, but they know. And kills. Basetto, welcome to the league. You're on the board. Live though, not going to get traded here by Basetto unless something goes horribly wrong. But Basetto doesn't even want to take a chance. He's got support from Stemp.
For a little bit longer, dropping down into the hatch, but the second time will be the charm for Black Dragons. Now up by 2 players and still a minute 30 to kill.
HP and man advantage, of course, in Black Dragons' favor, but we've seen just how quickly those can turn.
Raps as well. Only one left alive here. Drops the hatch. No one's up above, and Stemp possible if they can get somebody above and maybe kill his garage player while they're at it.
Down goes Daffodil, though, as well as Swag. Stemp holding on the main stairs with a passion, leaving Raps alone, and he can do nothing, taking a bit of damage. He wraps around Banana. The Jaeger getting caught out in elevator, but wins his fight. Daffodil kills Stemp. Live, in the meantime, has been down, but not finished off. Another one, perhaps, from Batoxy. The Deagle is out from Swag. He's just 1 HP. And it's all over. Black Dragons knows, but he's dealt with by Swag. And that is the first opening pick that LFO have gotten in the past 2 rounds, but Daffodil almost answered.
Now Ion, he's got cams. There's loads of infos for Black Dragons to call a play.
Patoxy's in the middle of the bomb site. He gets 1, not the second, as Cameraman finishes him off, but he's quickly traded. Fantasy can't come back to the bomb site.
To get some of these hatches opened up. There is one roamer currently, that being Swags, currently stuck in archives, very low in HP, but Fantasy
favors Step. He can almost see the feet, but there's nothing from the defensive side that can stop this except Fantasy rushing in. 4 members, an active counter defusal. It doesn't matter if he gets this kill. Daffodil completes it. Flip on its head. But they're getting ready to do something real funny. In comes Swag, and he actually gets the pick. Fantasy, no response so far from Stemp. He's searching for it. He lights up Swag, finally kills him. Basetto actually gets the finisher. Although, speaking of the smoke, he might be about to be caught out, stuck behind the server rack. The nade does him in perfect from Fantasy. He's got to deal with the Kiba berries to let himself back into the site, and he gets demolished by Fantasy, and may as well be over. LFO are playing passive. They don't want to give Stemp any opportunity, and LFO, they might have let the comeback get a little too close, but they still take it 8-6 in the end.
Joe, they've got it in the tank to go the distance in a best of one and still look pretty strong while doing so as well, Harrison. And
Absolutely.
again, we talked about adaptability throughout